Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Language and Life Skills. I am Matthew Antikanil. Today the topic of our presentation is about Christ. Around the time of his birth, let us ask this question: do you really know who Christ is? Do you really know Christ? Modern man does not like to hear about God or about mysteries. He trusts only in science. He accepts only what reason can prove in the laboratory. You must have hard evidence for what you say. What lies beyond reason is outside his interest. Yet unwittingly he is living with mysteries, though he thinks he knows everything. Take for example the Covid-19 experience, the coronavirus experience. This has punctured his ego. He does not know the real nature of this virus. What is its origin? How does it occur? He is only doing guesswork, groping in the dark. China is accused of having manufactured this virus in a laboratory. That's the accusation of some people. They blame the Wuhan wet market, where animals of all sorts, both tame and wild, are bought and sold. Scientists do not know how really the species jump has taken place from wildlife to humans, and how does the virus mutate. These are all unanswered questions. We are merely chasing butterflies without being able to catch the butterfly. When you are about to catch it, it flies out of your hand. Now we are trying out various vaccines from Russia, from China, from US, and yet some people hesitate to take these vaccines. Why? You do not know the side effects, especially the long-term side effects. That will be known only in the long run after many months or years. So some hesitate to take this. But the situation is so desperate that most of us will take the vaccination. Well, this coronavirus is something very new, took you by surprise, and you have to start the treatment within weeks. So you have no choice but to make a leap into the dark. But take the question of Jesus. He lived on this earth 2000 years ago. Yet can we say, do we really know him? Though he is the redeemer of the entire human race, in his own time he was rejected by his own people. He was betrayed by his own apostle Judas and crucified like a criminal. And he continues to be misunderstood. The saddest sentence ever written in history is this: he came unto his own, and his own did not receive him. That is about the Jewish people. He was born in the Jewish nation in fulfillment of promises, but when he came as a Messiah, he was rejected. They expected some other kind of Messiah, not the peaceful, loving Messiah like Jesus. So the life of Jesus Christ is steeped in mysteries. There are many things about him that you really do not know. He was known as the carpenter's son. His own relatives and villages thought him to be the son of Joseph the carpenter. But Joseph was only his foster father and legal father. Jesus had no earthly father. He was conceived by the Holy Spirit. How did this happen? Well, Mary and Joseph of Nazareth were engaged to be married. But before they came together as husband and wife, Mary was found to be with child, conceived by the Holy Spirit. And Joseph, being a just man and a kind one, was about to send her away privately If she was exposed, she would be stoned to death according to Jewish law. But God intervened in their life, and Jesus was born in a mysterious way from Mary. Both of them accepted this divine intervention in their life, and externally they lived as husband and wife, but in their own lives they were celibate. And thus they gave protection to the Son of God. Another mystery is about his place of birth. He was not born in Rome or Greece, the centers of culture and civilization, but he was known as Jesus of Nazareth in Galilee. But he was not born in Nazareth. He was born in Bethlehem, according to the prophecies of the scriptures. But even the Jewish authorities took him to be a Nazarene, and he was known as the carpenter's son. Even one of his disciples said about him, "What good can come out of Nazareth?" So God, his Father, chose obscurity for him, and he lived a very private life for the first 30 years of his life. Then again, Jesus is king. He was arrested and tried before the Roman governor Pontius Pilate for this claim he made. Jews accused him of rebellion against the Romans by Jesus proclaiming himself as a king. So Pilate asked him, "Are you a king?" And Jesus said, "Yes, I am a king, but not of this world." Not of this world, because he had no army to protect him, no soldiers. Actually, the Jews would have accepted him as the Messiah king, if he accepted to be a king. They went to make him a king, but he refused kingship. There was a group of subversive called zealots among the Jews, and they were certainly ready to join with Jesus if he could organize a rebellion against the Romans. The soldiers really mocked his claim to be a king. When he was arrested and was in jail, they plaited a crown of thorns and put it on his head. And they knelt before him and mocked him, calling him King of the Jews. But his kingship will be really seen at his second coming, his glorious second coming at the end of time, when he will come accompanied by the angels. Was Jesus really king? Was he really divine? Well, you may not accept it, but the Roman centurion, the Roman official Longinus, who supervised the crucifixion, became a believer in him. After Jesus died, this is what he said: "Truly, this man was the Son of God." This is the proclamation of faith by a Gentile, not by a Jew, a Gentile officer. And he rose from the dead and showed himself to a number of people, different groups, in different places. This is the crowning mystery about Jesus. Now, do you understand who Jesus is? Well, the great poet John Milton wrote the English classic, the great English epic Paradise Lost. His purpose in writing this epic, he said, was to justify God's ways to men. God's ways of dealing, his ways of thinking are far different from human. We creatures basically live in space and time, but God is outside space and time. He is infinite in his knowledge, infinite in his wisdom. So it is not possible for us, with our limited intelligence, living in space and time, to comprehend God who is eternal. Before Him truly we stand dumbfounded. Friends, if you like this presentation, please subscribe to the channel. Bye. Meet you next time. Bye.